o'clock on a Saturday morning and maintenance engineer John Palmer comes home from the night shift. Truck, pressed into service as the most convenient way to collect a band of fellow travellers. And first pickup is Tim Noakes, research chemist and working party organiser. Restoration of a 14-mile section of the Peak Forest and Ashton Canal is taken very seriously by the group who pile out of the pickup at Marple in Cheshire. Tim Noakes explains how they began.
From 1964-65 onwards, the canal had become completely navigable and was deteriorating. A group of us were so concerned about it that we decided to do what we could to stop it deteriorating further. Now, in cooperation with the British Waterways Board, we are helping them to restore the flight. The job is now being done officially. They have agreed to reopen the canal, and because of this, we are giving them a hand to save them money, doing some of the very unpleasant jobs that they have to pay their men extra to do that their men don't like doing. Get it screwed up! Hard!
But why should British Waterways be interested in restoring a disused canal with no commercial future? Surely it would be simpler just to fill it in.
In fact, filling a canal is very, very expensive. The cost at the moment is about £500,000 a mile, sometimes more. Also, the land you tend to get left with is often as not used as something of an eyesore afterwards, used as a rubbish tip. And destroying the major works costs extra. Invariably, if a canal can be restored, it is by far the cheapest alternative.
You've seen up the loft, have you? You're not dressed for work, are you?
School teacher Dave Brown is the working party's stone walling expert. He used to dump garden rubbish in the canal until he was converted to pulling it out instead.
Why are you going on with the gates up in the top then? Well, it's not us that's doing it, it's British Waterways Board there. Yeah, and they're struggling on. Struggling on, that. Yeah. Have you got any more in here, up here? No, the last lot they made of the three is too big. They'll take it back again. Yeah, I think I'm joking.
Before agreement on restoration brought about an official truce, the working party's jokes about British Waterways had a much more bitter flavour. But though the lock gates are the wrong size and their pump has turned temperamental, it's still not difficult to distinguish between the efforts of a gang of workmen on overtime and the comings and goings of dumpers manned by enthusiastic volunteers like bank clerk Peter Stockdale.
I've been doing canal work now for about 6 years. I first had a holiday on canals and heard about the Peak Forest Canal Society after this. I've been working ever since. The use, I feel now, especially as far as the narrow canal system is concerned, is purely recreational. To me, the main objective is boats. There are lots of other interests, as walkers, fishermen. We can, with care, all live together. Oh, sorry, madam, I forgot the caviar.
While the workers devoured the contents of the local fish and chip shop, they revealed more of the joys of cleaning out canals.
Oh, I'm kind of enjoying myself when I come along on this. It's great fun grovelling down there, you know, that filth and look. Great time. And different. And people go along to these football matches, for instance. You hear about a lot of vandalism as well from, you know, hooligans and other such types, going around wrecking places. But come here, do something constructive, it's a change.
I've seen what the canal can be like in other parts of the country, in Birmingham for instance, where that's been restored. We want to achieve that here.
They say that canal enthusiasts are 90% frustrated railway enthusiasts, but not to upset anybody, but I think canals are more than this. It takes in more of the public, you know, well they say that angling for one thing is one of the largest pastimes, growing pastimes, and the canals can help in this way too. There's boating, people like to walk, there's a number of things.
It could well become a linear park, a safe walkway, right from Manchester to increasingly attractive countryside, right up to here on the edge of the Peak District. We want to see the canal restored for multi-amenity use. It should be an asset.
On Sunday morning, as anglers risk their lines among weeds lower down the flight of locks, 4 of the working party arrive with a rather less picturesque activity in mind. Computer engineer Ian McCarthy is about to carry out an intimate inspection of an underground bywash or overflow channel.
No, a lot into it. No. No pieces of wood down here, Noxie, bonfire night. And the proverbial tree root coming out again.
Mark! Mark!
Well, you can stop having that fag and come out. I'm coming. Have a slightly down. Up to the tree room. No, it's not really very dry. Honest.
By Sunday afternoon, Lock 15's original brick channel is once again exposed to daylight. Though most of the diggers understandably have their eyes set on the canal's future, a few look back to its past, like Alan West, whose whole life is tied up with canals, working at weekends in his own time and during the week as a waterways engineer.
The waterways represent a period of history of something like 150 to 200 years ago, and they represent the early industrial revolution. Now, there's a great move at the moment, of course, to preserve early industrial machinery, and yet in the waterways world, much of this machinery is still in day-to-day use. Now, surely it's worth it to preserve it not just as a museum piece, but as a piece of working history.